guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here, once again. Okay, by the way, this thing, if you're wondering, because it's been bugging me when I look back and edit these videos, it's the fucking, like, rabbit thing from Story of Seasons. I got it as, like, a pre-order bonus when I got the game on the 3DS ages ago. That's a thing. It's not normally there, but fuck it. Right, so, in terms of, like, the Sega consoles, we have done the Mega Drive and the Saturn. We still got the Dreamcast and the Master System to go, but I thought I'd do something easy and go through my Mega CD collection, or Sega CD for America. Yeah, the Mega CD, in my honest opinion, is really underrated. You know, like, underrated in a sense that too many people just disregard it as, like, this failed console add-on, which, in a way, it kind of was, but I really do hold that had Sega just left it at that and they didn't, like, go the extra mile with the 32X, which I don't own, I think it would have been, like, a really well-remembered little add-on that more people probably would have been invested in if it didn't turn into this whole, what the fuck are you doing to the Mega Drive, Sega? You're killing it! As in, the, you know, it's on life support, you know? So, I have a handful of Mega CD games here. I don't have too much. I'm looking to build a collection and all that. It is definitely a fact that a lot of the games are full motion atrocities, and there's also a good handful of games that, again, working designs, brought to the Mega CD, which I don't have access to because I can't figure out how to region free the thing. I'm trying, okay, apparently there are ways to, like, upgrade the BIOS and shit, but I've not succeeded as of yet, so I only have 10 games for the Mega CD. So, let's get into it, shall we? So, first one, we got Road Avenger. Now, this is, I think this is the only FMV game I have. I think, anyway. You basically play as some dude in a car, and you have to it's just a bunch of quick time events with the, QTE and stuff. Now, what I like about this is, even though it is FMV, it's actual, like, animated, you know? It's not just, like, actors acting poorly in front of, like, a fucking camera. It's animated and it looks really nice, so it can be quite fun. It gets really annoying near the end of the game where the QuickTime events require such, like, precise button inputs and you have just so little reaction time. So I don't think I actually beat this one, but I do like it. Road Avenger, it's alright as far as FMV games go. Okay, actually, I'm going to talk about some of these in a certain order. Let me just rearrange these real quick. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Next up I have Soul Feast with Cobra Command. Is that it? Cobra Command, yeah. I've played, like, a bit of Soul Feast and it's pretty good. It's a decent 2D shooter, you know. And Cobra Command is actually like a sort of 3D game, which probably at the time really did bolster the power of the Mega CD, you know. But to me, I've not really I've deep dived. Fuck's sake, Donald. I've not played much of this. Next, okay. Here I have a Sega Classics arcade collection. This comes with Golden Axe, Super Monaco GP, Streets of Rage 1, Columns, and Revenge of Shinobi, which I have a bunch of these on the Mega Drive already. But it's an alright little thing to own. The thing that I find most fascinating about this, actually, that I just find funny, is that when you pop this in, it loads the ROM for the Mega Drive game onto the Sega CD, and the CD itself only has to spin once. Reads the data, it's there in the console's RAM. You could take the CD out. Well, you can't. I think that'll turn off the fucking console, but if you could bypass that, you could just take the CD out and it'll play it just fine. I find that really funny, so yeah. Sega Classics. Sega sure love using that word, don't they? Okay, and here we have Thunderhawk. Actually, I think I've got this mixed up with Cobra Command, because they're both like helicopter games. Fuck, which one did I actually play? I don't remember, but yeah, there you go, there's Thunderhawk. That's a game that I own also. Okay, next I have Final Fight CD. Now, this is probably the best way to play the original Final Fight, over here anyway, because I don't think that game was actually released over here for the Super Nintendo, which was the most, like, prominent home port, and even then that port was apparently like really butchered. It took out the 2 players and stuff. This game doesn't. You can play 2-player. It also adds like the additional character because the Super Nintendo removed the character as well. It's just like, at the time anyway, it was the best way to play Final Fight, you know? And I wouldn't say I'm a big fan. Like, I talked about this in my Mega Drive collection video. I'm just so biased with Streets of Rage that I just play this and I'm like, Axel's looking a bit different. It's bad to say, but, you know, Final Fight. There we go. Right, here's a really good one. Spider-Man, the full title. The Amazing Spider-Man versus the Kingpin, yeah. I think this was also on the Mega Drive and maybe even the SNES as well. Don't quote me on that. But this version is just so much better. It runs a lot better. It's got FMV cartoons, which are pretty cool, you know. Yeah, this is a pretty good game, honestly. Give it a try if you ever get the chance to. Really dig that. Okay, now here's like some of my like gems for the Mega CD, I guess you could say. Like, I might not be able to pick up the working design ones, but that didn't stop me from trying to like get some of the more rare games for the console. Okay, this one's not too rare, but it's still pretty damn good. Sonic CD might be my favorite game for the Mega CD. I don't know if I can say that. I love this game, and I've always hated the fact that the game is just so polarizing to the Sonic fanbase. Like, so many people really dislike Sonic CD, so many Sonic fans really dislike it. I think it's brilliant. But this is definitely a weak version to play today. You know, the Christian Whitehead version exists on PC and console and stuff. You're better off playing that, you know, not gonna lie. But still cool to have, still cool to have. Okay, and next I have KO Flying Squadron. Now, this game is like super expensive in America. The PAL version goes for a fair bit cheaper, which is good for me, you know. So I ended up picking this up, and it's a pretty fun game. Like, you play as like this girl, Rami is her name, Rami, in a bunny suit, and it's just like a sort of 2D shooter, a cute 'em up if you will, that's what they get called. And yeah, it's got like animated cutscenes as well in between levels. They're like really funny as well, and yeah, it's I enjoy this one. I really do. KO Flying Squadron. The sequel's really expensive. The sequel's for the Sega Saturn. I've been looking for that one for a while, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Okay. Next we have Shining Force CD, a really nice compilation of the Shining Force games that were on the Game Gear, some of which were like Japan exclusive, I believe. It basically comes with 2 games, but it also has 2 additional scenarios which you can unlock either after you beat both games or if you get special items within the 2 games. Now, I beat one of them and I got a good way through the second one before I kind of like stopped. Not that I wasn't enjoying it, although it did feel a bit like the original Shining Force, just scaled down a little bit, because obviously it was a Game Gear game. It had really good music though. And I was just going on to other stuff. But make no mistake, I really like this game. I'm really glad to have it. The first one I played through was really good, you know. Again, it just kind of like worked. Huh. You can use a mouse with this. I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah, I like Shining Force, so I wasn't not going to have this, so yeah. And best for last. Snatcher, yep, I've got this, okay? And I'm pretty sure that I feel like I picked this up around the time before it got stupid expensive. Not that it was cheap, but after I bought this, I remember going on eBay and just seeing it for like way more than I paid for it, so it was like, dodged a bullet right there. It just really sucks because this is the only version of the game that you can play in English, and it's just so Hideo Kojima that, you know, that Konami won't fucking re-release it ever because it's so Hideo Kojima, you know, and it's like, it's just one of those games that just needs a HD version, okay? It needs one. It would just be so amazing, along with Police Knots. But we're probably never going to get that our way. Oh well, at least I got this, so yeah, Snatcher. And that was my Mega CD games. You know, not too much, but, you know, we're doing everything, so yeah. Hopefully I'll expand this sometime in the future. But anyway, see you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.